Voices of a Nation records show gun violence in Jacksonville continues to disproportionately impact the black community at an alarming rate. According to the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office, in 2017, there were 116 homicides, 80 black victims versus 34 white victims. In 2020, there were 41 homicides, that is. 110 of the victims were black, 30 were white. News4Jax reporter Zach Lashway is speaking with two families affected by gun violence. And tonight, they're showing us what they're doing to try and ensure other parents won't have to deal with the pain of losing a child.
4 years ago, and 1 week to the day,
Maurice had just turned 18, 2 days before he was shot.
The Hobbs family went from celebrating to mourning.
January 26, 2017 was the day that he began to live through me.
A fence, now red, marks the spot where 18-year-old Maurice Hobbs took his last breath.
I made a wrong turn, and moments later, shots rang out.
Hobbs was driving to pick up Maurice.
Maybe had I just went straight and not turned right, he would still be here. It's a struggle. I'm his mother. I live and breathe for my children. It's my duty, it's my job to protect my children. I feel like I failed him.
The mother heard the gunshots that killed her son.
This was the street you were not able to find that January night.
Yes, it is. You know, those responsible for the harm of my son, they may have forced him to transcend, but they never took his life.
Do you long for the day you can take that sign down?
I do. I long for it, and I'm fighting for it.
And she fights for others.
Jacksonville is bleeding. I found a purpose in my pain, and I'm committed and I'm dedicated to serving my son justice and to also help elevate voices of violent crime, other families that are still fighting.
On the east side,
when the shots started coming, he ran this way and tried to get behind the car, but ended up falling right here.
Kim Varner Sr., a retired JSO officer, shows us the spot his 25-year-old son, Kim Varner Jr., also known as Desi, was gunned down.
They took my best friend from me. My oldest boy was my best friend.
This was in September 2015. Since then,
I walk the streets and I do it to honor my son.
Varner says the solution to gun violence is accountability, and it starts with the community.
You need people hitting the block.
It strengthens the fight, you know, stronger together.
And you got numbers. There's strength in numbers.
Unable to pray bullets away, the voices of the streets are praying through their feet in hopes of putting an end to gun violence. In Jacksonville, Zach Lashway, Channel 4, the local station.
Hobbs and Varner work with several different groups throughout Jacksonville that promote prevention and intervention in ending gun violence. Hobbs' murder remains unsolved. Varner says the people who killed his son ended up victims of gun violence themselves.